Hello, it's Amy from amyparkerart.com and founder of Creative Warriors Membership, where I teach you how to make money with your art, as well as create some cool paintings. So I am so excited because I have one of our very own Creative Warriors here, Madeline. Madeline is amazing. I love her so much, and I am so excited for you to meet her. So, Madeline, could you please tell everyone a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, thank you, Amy, for the invitation. I'm so glad to be here.
Oh, you're
And
welcome.
yes, and I'm an artist. I've done art all my life, and I've made a career out of it. But, after the pandemic, I wasn't able to do in-person parties or in-person lessons. So I had to somehow pivot and try to make things work. So I was trying to reach people online unsuccessfully, and I came across Amy Parker with the Creative Warriors, and it really helped me. I was able to use my Facebook in a whole new way, and listening to Amy's training. She has so many trainings, and I was just watching one right after another. And the one in particular that was very meaningful is that I had my own online art show out of my own home. And so with Amy's outline, I was able to set everything up, and I invited people that I knew online, family, friends, and other people that I have met. And it was really wonderful. I was so excited how smooth it went, and I made some sales. So it was very exciting to go in a brand new direction and to be very successful.
Nice. Nice. I
Yes.
remember when you did that show too. I was so happy for you. And inside of our membership, for those of you who aren't a creative warrior yet, um, we use this little hashtag win. So I love to see that when, Madeline and other members, they use that hashtag and post, hey, this is a win that I've had. And I do remember that show, Madeline. I was so super excited for you. So, you mentioned something too, like the way that the world has changed is so many of us that have been forced to be online now, right? And I used to do in-person arts and crafts shows and shows with my my art association, things like that. But I'm the kind of person that always kind of wanted to get online. I just myself, in the beginning was like, oh, I don't think I'm techie enough. Now I really get the tech stuff down for what I need to do online, which I show you all how to do as well. But yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because even if we do in-person stuff, we can kind of blend it to do some online as well. It's really a matter of preference if you want to go all in online, which I teach in Creative Warriors, mostly like online marketing and sales and how to build a collectors group, gain a following, stuff like that. But yeah, Madeline, I was just talking to somebody else today as well who mentioned the same thing. Like, they were doing in-person stuff and then the world changed and then they wanted to get online, but it's really difficult to do when you're not really sure where to go or even where to start, or to have someone help you or mentor you. I know I felt like that in the beginning myself, which is the reason why I created the membership Creative Warriors, because I was having success online, but I had to figure those steps out for myself because I didn't have someone to show me those in the beginning. So when I started gaining that success, I'm like, there's other artists that are going to want to know how to do this. And I really would love to have a creative community so we can all bounce things off each other and help each other out. That's kind of how I started that and put all of my strategies on what works into the membership. And like you were saying, you were like binge watching. Yes, I do have a lot of content in there because it's 3 years worth of trainings that I put in there. So warning, whenever you do join Creative Warriors, be prepared and just kind of take it at your own pace, because everything doesn't happen in a day or instantly. So have you found that out, Madeline? Like, it's taking time to kind of figure things out and kind of go at your own pace. And
Yes, in fact, you mentioned, Amy, how you need to make posts every day, and I had no idea how important that was. So I would post different things, and then I thought, well, I had an idea to start a 5-minute sketchbook challenge. And so I did that every day on my profile. I opened up as a public profile to try to open up the doors to more of an audience. And so here is a drawing that I did a little bit more than 5 minutes. It's of a falcon. And then I was so motivated because my inspiration was to help others, because once you start drawing, you don't want to stop. So then I showed that I just kept going, but in another book, because I wanted to keep the quick sketch also. So there's a falcon that's more
it's
finished.
beautiful, Madeline. I absolutely love it. And I'm so proud of you. Those 5-minute sketches, I see you everywhere. You're doing your thing, and it's so interesting to watch you work. And you're really listening up. You're paying attention, and you're applying things that you are learning, and you're figuring out little things that do work for you. So it's kind of like, we're not all on the same level. We're all creative people, but you kind of figure out your own path, and pick and choose what works for you and what doesn't, because failure also is a part of going through the motions to become successful in anything, not even just an online art business. But I love those 5-minute sketches. I've watched many of your videos when you were live, and even seeing the recordings after, because those have value for people as well. And I've noticed, Madeline, tell me if I'm wrong, but you've been doing this for quite a while now, the 5-minute sketches. And in the beginning, you had a few watching here or there, but it seems like the more that I see, the more of an audience you're starting to build already. Is that true?
That's very true. I'm so surprised and happy about that. Yes,
Awesome. Yeah.
yes.
Now, Madeline also is an amazing painter. She's very well versed. Obviously, you just saw her drawing. That's charcoal, or is that pastel? What
Yes.
did you?
Charcoal, and then I added some chalk pastel to show different coloring.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I would love it, Madeline. I'm sure my audience would love to see one of your paintings close up to see what you do, because they're spectacular.
I live in California, not far from the ocean, and I did a series of ocean paintings not far from where I live. And so I was on site, so plein air, and then
Wow.
I brought it home, and I kept working with it. And a
Wow.
couple of them, I went back again and set up the easel and tried to paint it again. So it
That's
was
awesome. Plein air is very difficult, right? Because we have to fight the weather, we have to fight the way the sun's moving as we are trying to paint and create. So thanks for sharing those tips that you took it home, you worked on it again, and sometimes you take your easel and go back out to the same place and create and still work on that piece. So that's a good tip to know for artists who would like to paint in plein air like that. Do you do a lot of plein air painting, or do you do a lot from looking at a reference photo that you take?
I do both.
Nice.
But I really like actually being outside painting. That's very exciting.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I would love it if you would tell everyone what is the thing or something that you really has really helped you the most, or what is something that you love the most about being in our community?
Well, there's a wonderful group of ladies, people that are in the Creative Warriors, and they've been very supportive. If we have a question, there's an online site that we can ask, and uh, people really jump up to help one another, and that's been very supportive. And then a couple of the ladies created just before spring an online free collaboration. So I have always wanted to participate in a collaboration. So I was so excited to do that. And I happened to have this, it
Yeah,
was
let's see it.
spring related. It was a wooden panel of a rabbit for with pretty spring flowers. And
It's
so,
awesome.
yes, and so when we did this, and I gave tracers and a supply list, and I met so many wonderful people. And the other artists that participated, several of them were Creative Warrior members. And so it was another opportunity to bond with one another and share each other's art. I had a lady, she painted one of my paintings, and she posted it. And at first I thought it was my painting. She did such a great job. I was like,
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
That's,
Isn't that a
what you
great
want.
feeling though, Madeline, to see that, you inspired someone to create that?
Yeah, that was exciting. And I painted a couple of theirs, and I just enjoyed the challenge. I really like
Yeah.
challenges.
Yes, what a fun time, what a great time. Collaborations are so important in business. It really helps us to get ourselves out there, like Madeline was saying, to bond and make long-lasting friends, really, with other creatives. That instead of being jealous or worried that someone's going to take business, doing it together and in creating something together like that, as a collective whole, really can empower and propel our businesses forward. So I'm so proud of all of you who did that together. I'm sure there's going to be many more to come now that you got your feet wet trying it out, right?
And Amy, that's how I found you. You were in a
Awesome.
collaboration for fall.
Yep, right. It was probably the fall artist workshop, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I joined just after that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks for mentioning that.
yes.
Very
I was
cool.
so inspired by that.
Yeah. So Creative Warriors may or may not be open depending on when you see this video, because I open 2 times per year to the public. There should be a link in or around this video. If you happen not to see it, you can go ahead and ask me and I'll come back and give you that link. If we're open, you could jump in. If not, you could get on the waiting list for our membership. We'd be more than happy to have you. Madeline, if somebody is wondering, geez, should I jump in and join this Creative Warrior thing or not? Is there anything that comes to your brain that you would tell someone that's kind of wondering or on the fence about it?
Well, I felt it was very beneficial because, Amy, you have so much information about marketing. And I like to make art, paint and draw and create, but I just really didn't know how to apply myself to possibly sell my art, especially with not being able to be in person. So I had to switch gears and go online. So I really felt it was so beneficial to learn your tips on how to do that and your extensive trainings.
Right. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Madeline. Yeah, once again, it's all about, I mean, I really feel like community and the supportiveness, like Madeline had mentioned earlier, through her stories she was just telling you about, like with the collab. I mean, you will meet so many amazing, wonderful people. I will coach you as well all the way through. I give you amazing information every single month, keep you updated on the techie stuff, help you out with that kind of thing, with marketing. We also do a painting tutorial per month that you can do if you want. You don't have to do if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm so thankful to have Madeline as a creative warrior. She's a great asset to my community. And yeah, I just want to reach out and squeeze you, Madeline. You're amazing. Now, if someone really loves your art, would like to follow you, maybe get in your collectors group, or ask you a question about your paintings, could you please tell everyone where they could go to find you?
Yes, I have a page. It's called Madeline's Art, and it's my first name. And also on Facebook, my full name, Madeline Seminaro. And then you can go to Facebook and look at some of the 5-minute sketches and kind of get an idea of what's going on. I've started a business page, which is my paintbrush, but I'm still working on it. So it's the other two, Madeline's Art and my Facebook, are probably more established.
Okay, but even so, your paintbrush, even if they did go to your business page, they could still message you through there if they were interested in
Yes.
finding out where you'd like them to go. Awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me, Madeline. I had a great time talking with you. And I'm so thankful. You're welcome. I'm so thankful that you opened up a bit of your world and shared a bit about, what you're doing. And congratulations on your success with your, those sketches, your live videos, your gorgeous paintings in plein air, your collaborations. I mean, I could go on and on, because I know you and we chat inside of the membership, and I know you've got great stuff happening. So thanks for letting us in on a little bit of that. And yeah, that's it. I can't wait till I see you on our next brainstorm session inside of Creative Warriors.
Thank you, Amy. It was a pleasure being with you.
Oh, good. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.